Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Technology. So last time we did a lot of ore processing and whatnot, and I figured out that I was sick and tired of this. This giant flat land, and today I want to work on getting my base started. So I've done a lot of creative world building and I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do in my block palette. But for any of this to be possible, I need dyes. Lots and lots of dyes. Luckily, however, we have a solution. So the large farms for duplicating crops and flowers are actually the easy part. We need a greenhouse which requires an MV circuit, which is something we don't actually have yet, but it looks like something we might actually be able to accomplish. So to make our first MV circuits, we're going to need a phenolic circuit board and also diodes, which this is going to need a good amount of chemistry, but I think it should be doable, especially with some batch crafting. So to actually make the circuit boards, we're going to need a circuit one with some, I believe, glue and also some wood pulp. And that will make me my phenolic circuit boards. But next up comes the harder part. We need iron 3 chloride. Does not look like it's going to be too difficult, but it will still be a bit of an involved process because we need, if I could find it, ooh, new revelation. Actually, getting sodium bisulfite may be easier because we just need sulfuric acid for this, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is just going to need sulfur and oxygen. Oxygen, we have a whole bunch of in this drum here from centrifuging, or no, from electrolyzing different dusts. So this on circuit 2 should give me a bunch of sulfur dioxide. This we could then turn into sulfur trioxide, which then we could turn into sulfuric acid with just some water. And the last step is just water and making sulfuric acid. So for the diodes, I think the diodes will actually be pretty simple. We need gallium arsenide, which is going to need arsenic and gallium. Gallium we already have, but arsenic I'm not so sure about. We need realgar dust, and we need to centrifuge it. I think I have some realgar actually. Yes, I do. And now I have a whole bunch of realgar that I can send through the centrifuge and get my arsenic. So this was some gallium. I don't actually have that much at the current moment in time, but hopefully it's enough. I can go ahead and make gallium arsenide. Now, I believe I can also now make annealed copper if I were to just make an arc furnace. And this is going to double my output for making diodes. As you can see here, if I use annealed copper, I get 2 instead of 1. Alrighty, so sodium persulfate, foil, and circuit board. Oh yeah. Our phenolic printed circuit board is being made. And now with just a little bit more LV circuits, we should be able to make our first MV circuit, which, yes, we're going to use on a greenhouse and nothing more important. So I then started crafting a few more things so I could finish my farm setup. Whoa, hold up. Let me stop the train. We have a problem, a big one. So I've been doing my thing and I have a whole bunch of wither roses now. I've been letting this thing run. Yeah, but there's a problem. One that I argue is a stupid problem, and I think it's a bit strange that it works like this, but I cannot put 3 LV output buses on this machine, meaning I cannot run this with LV output buses. I need an MV output bus. Now, the problem is this needs an assembler with polyethylene. And if you guys know GregTech, you can't really get ethylene without MV machinery. At least not that I'm aware of. Meaning, we need to do some NV stuff. Mainly, I really just need the chemical reactor. And I've been doing my part. I've been really good about this. And look at all of the aluminum that I have. I have so much aluminum now. that I think will actually just be able to make it. And one other thing, I've been saving up my coins because MV circuits are really hard for me to make right now. And they're actually pretty cheap in the shop. I have 41 coins, so I'm going to do the thing where I buy the circuits. Give me 12 MV circuits. Yes. Yes. So some MV casings. I'm going to need some copper cables, which this looks pretty simple to do. And we can make our MV machine hull. Now, the first thing I'm going to want to make, well, I'm going to need a converter of sorts because right now I'm actually not able to do that. So I'm going to need signalum, which I guess this is probably something I should batchcraft. And this I need to put into the EBF. Yeah, I didn't exactly think I would need an MV output hash and polyethylene and all this stuff just to get some white and light gray dye. But here we are. Here we are. And once this finishes, I should be able to make my MV converters. And this is also the MV superconductor, and it can hold so many amps. I love to see that. So I'm going to go ahead and make the 1 amp converter. I really only need this for one machine, and I also have to make a chemical reactor. Boom, and we have our advanced chemical reactor. So for now, this is, I think, just going to go downstairs. I'm starting to run out of room. I guess I really could just replace this, but then I have to put a converter here, and that'd be really annoying. Yeah, it's just going to go downstairs. Bear with me. It'll be a mess. You know what? I'm putting it outside. Bear with me. Bear with me and Barry. Bear with me and Barry. So we have our MV chemical reactor. I need to grab some sulfuric acid and also ethanol. And now we should be able to make ethylene. Yeah, this might be the worst setup of all time. Everything out here, I hate it. It's terrible. I want to get out of here. I hate the snow. It's so bad. And this ethylene, along with, I believe, just some oxygen, should turn into liquid polyethylene. And what does this mean, you might ask? Well, it means that I can now make output buses that are MV. Oh, this might need to be an MV assembler. Yes. Oh man, this craft looks a bit involved. Impossible though? No. And boom. Advanced assembler. Oh my gosh. So now I'm going to go ahead and for now, I think I just got rid of a good amount of stuff. I probably should not have done that, but I guess it's a little late now. I'd have an assembler and a chemical reactor. So some polyethylene, my wooden crates. Oh, I lied. These totally have to be bronze plates. All right, boom. Finally. Oh my gosh. We're getting into MV for all the wrong reasons. But now I have my MV output bus and I can go ahead and start getting all the other flowers. So with a whole bunch of flowers automated, it was now very easy for me to make a whole bunch of building blocks. And so I started building. Welcome to Casa de Jazels. I do like this so far. It's but right now it's kind of bare bones, and obviously it's nowhere close to completion, but I don't exactly have the facilities to really expand it too much. We will probably expand it more, but for the time being, I'm just going to be using down here as like a hub for power and all that stuff. And eventually we'll get it all more organized. I do have a grand plan for this base, so hopefully it's slightly more organized than Moni Factory was. So this base is probably going to end up being very large, and I'm not entirely sure. Hold on, multiple things. I'm not entirely sure if I want to worry about an exterior for the base because we're in a skyblock. Why would I ever be outside of it? We'll see. I'll try. but it's not my forte. Let me know also, do you guys like the glass here or the orange glass? Do let me know what you guys think. But the whole point is I have like wire tunnels under each of these little sections, and that's why the pathway down here is kind of like this. But I'm also just gonna be using my travel staff for pretty much everything. Right? I don't need a ladder up here. I have a travel staff, and I also, again, I will get to this later, I want this base to be very open and accessible via creative flight. But there's the elephant in the room of I cannot move this. Right? This is not movable, meaning I need applied energistics. Well, what does this mean? It means I need a few things, including sky steel, which needs more MV stuff, obviously. I guess. I hate Brick Tech. Oh my gosh. No, I'm just kidding. So we need more MV stuff because AE2, pretty much all of this requires MV. And for the time being, we're going to have to do that over here on my little $5 polyethylene setup over there. But none of this really looks like not doable. It just looks a little bit time consuming. Yeah, this is going to be a very grindy episode. Let's get to it. So in order to get all different stuff for AE components, we're going to need to use this sky stone and basically mix it with a whole bunch of other stuff. But I need this MV forming press that I've made here to make all of the different presses, and I'm going to need this extractor here for sky stone. I also have run out of MV circuits, and I'm just going to buy more. It seems good for the price at this point in the game, so honestly, I'm really not opposed to it. And all of the different dusts for AE have to be sent through the EBF, which they actually don't take too long, but it's definitely going to be something I want to leave on in the background. And actually, it looks like there's a much easier way of getting all of this. I could just use an MV rock breaker. This looks much easier than what I was doing before. I just need resonant ender, which, can I get that? Yes, this is way much easier. Way easier than what I'm doing down here with the mixer. Hold on, I think we can get infinite skystone immediately instead of doing this bum mixer recipe that I've been doing. Awesome, perfect. Yeah, like I said, this should be way easier than what I was doing before, and I could even just power it with some lapidary dynamos. Have the lava here and the resonant ender here, and I should still be able to access these from here, and you should now be making skystone. That is wonderful. So currently I've been getting my Stardust quartz just like this, and let me tell you guys, it's not it's not that great. It's pretty terrible. I've just been getting it through quartzite, which I do have a good amount of, but this is painful. I don't like it. And there's another way of actually doing it. However, the way does require an MV energy hatch, which is not something I currently have, and I need silicone bules for. And I believe also an MV cutter, which needs vanadium steel and also vanadium, which this of course is going to need more MV machinery, mainly the centrifuge and also the electrolyzer. Yeah, this is starting to get a bit hectic here. And the reason we need that is so that we can get vanadium from vanadium magnetite sludge dust, which we have rare earth residue from our void miner, and this we're going to send through the MV centrifuge. But now we can also actually electrolyze clay for aluminum, silicone, and sodium, something we're definitely going to set on passive in the very near future. So not only can we do this, but we can also grab some of this rare earth residue here, which I really should keep this thing running. It's not expensive to run. Slap this into the electrolyzer, and now we're getting a whole bunch of stuff. Oh yeah. But mainly, for now, we're concerned about the magnetite, because this we can send through the centrifuge, get vanadium magnetite, which we can then centrifuge again for vanadium. So now we're able to make vanadium steel, which is some chromium, vanadium, and steel, all of which I believe we have. Yes, I would be correct in that. And I should be able to mix these together. I don't know on what circuit. Yes, and now we can make vanadium steel, meaning I believe I should be able to make my MV cutter, meaning we can cut silicone bules, which these are also pretty simple to make. We just need a lot more silicon. So for that, I'm just going to keep electrolyzing clay dust. And is this again the worst setup of all time? Yes it is. So with 32 pieces of silicon and some gallium arsenide, I can make, if I had a better input bus, there we go. This on circuit 2, yes, gives me my silicone buell, my first one. This is gonna take like a good few minutes. So I should find something to do in the meantime. So one quick dinner trip later, and let me tell y'all, I have a lot of stuff now. So I went ahead and I smelted up all of the sky steel, Star Quartz skystone, and gold skystone, and also diamond skystone that I went ahead and I mixed up in the mixer. And my silicone buell and vanadium steel are also done. And the first thing I'm gonna make is 100% an MV cutter. So I should be able to make that saw blade. And now I should also be able to, if I had some rubber sheets, make an MV cutter. And yeah, funny enough, while all of that was going, I ended up getting enough Certus quartz from the method I was doing before that I don't really need to upgrade this thing with an MV energy hatch, but I guess I'm gonna do it anyway, upgrading this guy right here, and boom, MV cutter. This is a very, very big milestone. And I think I'm probably just gonna grab some lubricant. Perfect. So I'm also going to need, of course, another MV machine. I'm going to need the laser engraver. Yeah, at this point, I just have like a whole arsenal of MV machines that I should probably just move in here. I have the room for it. I don't know why I'm not. Anyways, so I'm also going to have to find some way of getting flawless emeralds. Well, really, I just need one of them. I think throwing this in the sifter after washing it, and I'm going to hope I roll the dice and get what I need. Specifically, I need a flawless emerald because I need an MV emitter here. And you know, I will say it definitely feels like we're doing a little bit of parallel progression here with AE also and MV. But hey, oh man, no flawless emerald. Still waiting on this. Ooh, I got one. I got one. Awesome. And now I should be able to make my laser engraver. Oh no, I'm out of MV circuits. Oh man, that's not good. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. I can't be bothered to make these on my own. Boom, laser engraver. See, look, I'm already getting some of my coins back. So I'm going to need a blue lens. Are you serious? How does one get a blue lens? Ah, a sapphire lens. And I'm gonna roll the dice again here because I think I need an exquisite sapphire to get a sapphire lens. So we're gonna hope this gives me an exquisite sapphire. We may or may not get one. We'll see. And I'm making the executive decision. I'm just gonna move this. This all needs to be moved. Oh, it's pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible, I know. Bear with me. Bear with me. I know. I can't stop doing this joke. All right, this with a little bit of a drawer. Ooh, and I actually got an exquisite sapphire from sifting some sapphires. Oh yeah, so much better. Alrighty, and that should be all of the machines in. I just need some hoppers. So if I were to go ahead and throw this into a lathe, that will make me a sapphire lens. And now with my sapphire lens, I can go ahead, yes, and make UL PIC wafers. But most of these, actually, not most of them, but a lot of them, I think I actually want to cut into silicone chips. I accidentally made too many UL PICs just by letting this run. I want a bunch of silicone chips so that I can make the ME components. But of course, now I'm also going to make that MV energy hatch. And now, boom. MV energy hatch. I can actually make more than one, which I am definitely going to do. But if I head over here, I can go ahead and change out this energy hatch. I'm going to need to find a way to power this, of course. Meaning I guess I'm gonna have to hook it up to the power line. Yep, I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. Gonna have a little converter here, and then for whatever reason, I don't know why, I can't get these guys to work with this. So as you can see, it doesn't actually put power into here, but if I were to put like a flux cell on here and then hook it up, it will actually give it power. So I don't know why that happens, but that does happen. Now we're running at MV, meaning I can go ahead and switch this input. And now we're making Certus quartz geodes, albeit at a very slow rate, but I mean, it's better than no rate at all. Oh my gosh, I think this may have been the worst skip of progression I've ever tried to do. I completely, for whatever reason, just did not acknowledge that I needed Canthol in order to get silicone in order to actually get the ME components. And this sent me down, I don't know if you could call it a rabbit hole because it had to do with progression, but I went down a rabbit hole. I was going to get AE components today and no one could stop me, not even myself. I tried. Yeah, let me tell you. I've been at this for a hot minute, most of it waiting. I almost have all the Kanthal that I need to make a full set of Kanthal coils. And that way I can upgrade this EBF. So I did already upgrade this to HV by putting the two MV energy hatches that I made onto this. And the reason I need Kanthal is so that I can do this right here and get a whole bunch of silicone. After I get silicone, I can get AE components. Already enough time has passed. I can go ahead and send all of these into a wire mill, and I'm making my 2x Kanthal wires. Now what else do I need for the coils? Aluminum foil and liquid copper. That sounds easy. Oh yeah, Kanthal coils. Man, that's gonna take another long time. I've been waiting for so long. But as soon as I get 16 of these, I can get silicone, and we can finally get into applied energistics. They're all done. Hope you're not running anything important. Looks like not. Go ahead, gonna get rid of these. Get in my Kanthal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some silicone dioxide and carbon. Yes, we're on and we're making silicone. Ooh, only 6 seconds per. That's pretty good if you ask me. In this, we can cool down in the chemical bath. And now we can start AE2. And so I started making my AE components, hoping to transition to applied energistics by the end of the day. And let me tell you guys, this took a very long time. These are not short timers at all. So one other thing that I did is I made a second EBF because I had a whole other set of coils now, the old Cooper nickel ones. And the reason I did this is because now we have a much better steel recipe and I no longer have to use the primitive blast furnaces that I've been using up till this point. I think this is actually over an hour that I've been working on just getting these, but that should be the quest done. Man, I really wish, okay, you know something I want to see really bad? I want to see loot bags. What is it with the lack of loot bags in these Greg Tech mod packs where they can come in really handy and add like a lot of fun? Like, imagine there was an AE bag. Like, for me right now, these are so hard to get. They take so long. I would like a loot bag. Loot bags are cool, and they even have a shop system for it, you know? Anywho, I think we can start making some AE components. I just need some soldering alloy. So in an ME assembler, I have to make all of these. It's going to be so expensive, but I have to do it. And some soldering alloy. Beautiful. So I've also started to cook up all of this fluic steel, and man, all of this takes so long. Let me tell you guys, it's rough out here. I'm not going to lie. Everything is taking so long. I think we're getting there though. A lot of batch crafting is in order. We're all out of circuits completely. Like, we literally have no more. But on the bright side, we're getting really close to be able to actually make some AE components. The first of which is going to be an ME controller. Oh yeah. That feels nice. We're also going to need an ME drive. And well, while I'm still waiting on a whole bunch of stuff to kind of finish up, I need to do a lot of batch crafting, specifically a lot of LV and MV circuits. Specifically, I'm probably going to want to... Ooh, did this finish? It totally did. Okay, so I can totally... Now that I have these, I can go ahead and make diodes in a better way with a liquid polyethylene, which I can just make through ethanol and sulfuric acid. And the first thing I'm actually going to do is finally make a circuit assembler. This probably is the first thing I should have made, but did I do that? Of course I didn't. Yes, and now I'm making my polyethylene, which I can now turn into a whole bunch of diodes, this is much more efficient than what we were doing before. Awesome, now with a whole bunch of diodes, I think I should be able to, if I'm not mistaken, make that circuit assembler. Yes, wonderful. Yes, this is much cheaper for an MV circuit. And now, with the help of some cables, I think I can make my ME drive. Yes, I totally can. And now I just need to make my storage cell. So I'm going to need an item cell housing, and also some components, which this seems to be the harder part. But I think I'm actually able to just kind of make it. And then these I can upgrade into 4K components. So something like this. Oh yeah, 4K component. And then I just need a canner. Awesome, canner made. I guess everything here is kind of full. It's gonna have to sit right here. Now I can take these guys and make my 4K item cells. Now, I've heeded you guys' warnings about interacting with this in AE, so what I'm going to end up doing, I think, is moving all of this, I mean, maybe manually, but I can also make some, like, inventory cables, some inventory hoppers. Okay, so I think, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I could do this. Yes, it looks good. And now, can I go ahead and, like, insert stuff into here? Oh, it totally does work like that. Okay, good. And I might want to make just an import bus. I hope this does not break. If this breaks, we're in deep trouble, but I can put acceleration cards on this if I can make them, which I think, oh, I totally can. And now, so those are in. If I were to put this into the system, right? So if I were to go ahead and connect it up by getting my new drives, make my crafting terminal, and now as soon as I give the ME controller power, which for now, I'm just going to bring it up from here, which tell me, does it automatically convert? It totally does. Oh yeah, we're on. And it looks like this is working. Sweet. Okay, I don't want to do all of it yet though. I'm going to move stuff manually. Oh my gosh. It's all in. I had to completely, I had to make a whole bunch of 1Ks really, because just we had a lot of variety of items, and I figured that would be the cheapest way of doing things. So I have everything packed up. It's time to get moving. Oh man, I have been waiting for this. I have spent many hours on this, and I did think I said I was gonna have all my stuff just right here. All of my drives, and now given I had power, which I think I'm just gonna steal one of these, you should be charging up, and now I can see everything. Oh, today is a good day. Today is a very wonderful day. We have applied energistics in our new base, I might add. Given it's a bit weak at the moment, but we'll get there. So next time I would love to kind of iron out or solidify this part of the base a little bit more and actually get something done. I'm just kind of waiting for creative flight. I'm saving up for it. I may or may not regret buying all those MB circuits when the jet boots are right here. I don't want to talk about it. So we're gonna have to wait a second to get that. But anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching this episode of Star Technology. I also want to mention I'm probably going to start focusing on this series a lot more than the Create series. You guys seem to be enjoying this one a whole lot more, so expect more of Star Technology and a little bit less of Create. But again, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you do enjoy my content and you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of me, more of my content, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Star Technology. Later!